all of my bins have metal things all over them, right? Except for my Tusken bin. Tusken bin doesn't have anything. And I was like, I got a plan. Thing I want to do. So I modeled this. It's a mythosaur skull on a plaque so I can mount it onto my bin. Let me play around so you can see what I'm talking about. See my Jedi bin? It's got this brass Jedi symbol on it. The Tusken's got nothing. And I thought this right there would look really fantastic. But I don't want to do it in brass. I'm not going to do it in aluminum because I don't like aluminum. Aluminum, even the best aluminum, just kind of looks like foil. It kind of bothers me. I'm going to do something interesting. Controversial. So I'm going to cast this in zinc. Entertaining. American pennies, 93 and older, are almost all copper. It's a couple steel, a couple, for the most part they're all copper. 94 and above are zinc that are barely copper coated. I know, right? Melting currency is illegal. It's not. The code behind it states if you're melting down the currency for its metal value, it is illegal. So if I were to melt down a bunch of pennies for its zinc, that would be illegal. I am melting down a bunch of pennies because they are zinc. That's a little different. I'm not doing it so I have a chunk of zinc. I'm doing it so I have something silver in art. And art is always in the U.S. legal code, as far as money is concerned. Art is legal. So melting down a bunch of pennies to make some art, completely legal. That's what we're going to do today. We'll start by making a mold. Let me play in so you can see what I'm doing. So you can see, this is a snug fit. Oh, maybe you can't see. Hold on. Let's bring this up there. There's not a lot of room all the way around. If I were doing this in a wooden cope and drag, I'd worry about it. But in the metal ones, I'm not as worried. I'm a little worried, but we're going to see. Zinc pours amazing, so I think we'll be okay. So we're just going to do the same thing almost forgot. Parting compound helps the mold come out. And this one is the first time I'm using it, so I'm pull the whole thing out and make sure I dust it, and I dust it well. Any weird 3D printing compounds that are left on it usually get taken care of, or it dries off real quick with a parting compound. I added a lot of extra meat everywhere to make it try and get it easy to come out, except for the eyes. The eyes I'm not terribly worried about because if they pull out, it's not the end of the world. I just want to make sure I get enough parting compound in there that it has at least a fighting chance. All right. Carefully put that in. My sand has seen better days. I'm probably going to have to refresh it soon. There's a ton of detail in this thing. I hope most of it comes out. We'll see. Like I said before, it's a resin part, so I don't want to hit it with a hammer. But I am going to give a decent amount of weight to it. So as you can see, not a lot of meat where the edges are. But I think I can work with that. I think it'll work. We'll find out well, you'll find out in a couple minutes. I'll find out in about half an hour. I think we're going to pour right here. Put a vent right here. We're going to perforate the heck out of this. Now for the fun part. pull out the mold and see how he did. It's relatively up and down. That was a mistake on my part, but you know, it is what it is. We used to glue hot glue sticks and just pull it up. Should probably help with this one. It's not terrible. Eyes didn't come out. I can drill those in after the fact. I didn't think they would, but you know, I gotta try. It was way too sharp here. I should have flared it out a little more all the way around. And I should have done something better with the eyes. The eyes are just a place to catch sand. I knew it was going to be that, but you know, we can hope. The model I used was relatively complicated. There was a lot of, it's a right term here. It's a politically correct term. Extra bits that didn't necessarily need to be there. And I didn't feel like modeling the entire thing from scratch. So I just grabbed a model and fixed as much as I could. So I'm going to make up another mold, something different. Like I said, if I'm casting, I might as well make more than one pour. That came out much nicer than I expected. I'll have to dig out the eyes a little bit, but not too shabby. That turned out fantastic. Zinc apparently sinks, so I'll have to put a feeder on next time I do anything thick. But oh my goodness, am I happy with that. That looks amazing. Better. That turned out way better than I expected. Now I'm going to grab my Dremel and I'm going to polish it up. I want to leave it rough on the edges, rough in the corners, I mean. So I'm going to polish this up and see where it gets us. Look at that. Look at it. That is gorgeous. And I know what you're thinking. A, I didn't drill out the eyes. I wanted to leave them. They deserve to be where they are. And B, if you're making a Tusken, why a mythosaur? Back in the day, a long time ago, that wasn't a mythosaur skull. was a Bantha skull. And it used to be a Tusken thing. It was a long time ago. Plus I know quite a few Mandos who'd be like, hey, I think I need that. So I thought I'd like it. But it's not what we're here for. Here's see what it looks like on a bin. We grab a drill a couple holes, and put it on a bin. So for those of you wondering how strong nickel is, the answer is very. Jeez Louise. It's pushing hard enough to go all the way through this and that. So nickel is pretty strong. That was annoying. So, snapped a bit, slit my thumb clean open. That sucked. What I was doing, I was pushing pressure on here, which means I was probably moving it, which causes it to flex. A flex bit will almost always break. I should be using a drill press instead of a hand drill. Should put my hand on it, because that's what caused that to do that. That sucked, and it hurts. Hurts like a son of a gun. That was annoying and unfortunate. It hurt. It still does. But we're done. My costume's in here. I'll try not to drill a hole through it. This was a stupid mistake. All because I was in a rush. Every decision has consequences. I should probably go to the hospital to have it looked at. It's that deep. But that has never stopped me before. I have no idea how much of that recorded. I don't like editing my outros. I tend to just leave them as is. Let the chips fall where they may. This one we may have to. But I want to get more people to see what a melted penny looks like. Maybe think about sharing the comments. Maybe think about sharing and commenting. Like and subscribe. You know the whole jazz. This is fantastic. I'm happy with it. Who knows what's going to happen next week? Only one way to find out. Hope I see you next week.